Hey everybody, so glad that you're here. We are almost to another national holiday called Thanksgiving. And that is a great holiday to get together with your friends and family. And when I was at my local library, I saw a book called Franklin's Thanksgiving. And it was written by Paulette Bourgeois and Brenda Clark. And I couldn't wait to see how they were going to celebrate their Thanksgiving and see if it's similar to what I do, or maybe what you do. Or if you've never celebrated Thanksgiving, maybe it will give you an idea of what it might look like. You know, we all celebrate things a little bit differently. It means something a little different to me than it might be to you, and well, that's okay. That's what makes us all unique. And so, let's get started and hear Franklin's story. Isn't he so cute? I love Franklin. I couldn't sing the song for you right now, but you can always go and look it up. Franklin's Thanksgiving. Franklin liked everything about Thanksgiving. He liked eating pumpkin fly pie and cranberry jelly. He liked making cornucopias and corn husk dolls. But most of all, he liked having his grandma and grandpa come for dinner. It was the family tradition, and Franklin could hardly wait. I have a lot of traditions. Do you? Traditions mean they're things that you do almost every year. If in this case we celebrate one time a year, or something that you do all the time. That is something that you set aside a time to do. And, well, he already shared that he loves to be with his grandma and grandpa for dinner. Ooh, let's see what happens. A week before Thanksgiving, a postcard arrived from Franklin's grandparents. "Oh, dear," sighed Franklin's mother. "Oh, no, Grandma and Grandpa can't make it back for the holiday." "But they have to," cried Franklin. "They're always here for Thanksgiving." Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "There will still be the four of us," she said. "It won't be the same," Franklin grumbled. Oh, that's a big feeling. It sounds like he was disappointed and really sad. We were just talking about how important a tradition is, and well, it unexpectedly changed, and it seems that it was very sudden. Oh, that might not be feeling good, and I think I can understand why he would feel like that. But we have to stay a little flexible, right? Like a jellyfish, because sometimes things that we plan just don't go like how we thought. And yeah, that could be making us feel really sad. Oh, come on, Franklin. I think you can work it out. You ready to see how it goes? Oh, hope it goes all right. Over the next few days, Franklin was so busy that he didn't have much time to think about Grandma and Grandpa. He helped his mother pick apples and make applesauce. He helped his father dig up vegetables and store them in the cellar. Franklin and Bear helped Harriet and Beatrice pick berries and gather nuts. In the gardens and orchards, forests and fields, everyone was bringing in the harvest. That's the season. Absolutely. And look how much they had around them. Who even knew? Wow. Even the mice were harvesting some berries. Guess they were going to store it for later on. Franklin counted all the jars and jams and preserves. "I think this year was the most bountiful ever," announced his father. Bountiful means that there was a lot to be harvested. "We could feed the whole town." "I just wish we could feed Grandma and Grandpa," sighed Franklin. His mother agreed. "We'll miss having company," she said. Look at all of that work that they were doing to save all of these for a time that they could use it in the future. But he's right, it looks like they have a lot of food. At school, Franklin's class made a harvest quilt and learned how the American settlers celebrated Thanksgiving. "What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Mr. Owl?" asked Franklin. "I'll have dinner with my mother," he replied. "Our relatives can't visit this year." "Ours neither," said Franklin. Then he had an idea. He invited Mr. Owl and his mother for dinner. It's all right with my parents," Franklin explained. "They want company." That was very generous and very, very kind of him. Wonder if he should have talked to his parents first. Oh, Franklin. "Well, thank you, Franklin," said Mr. Owl. "We'd be delighted to come." Whoa, imagine, have you ever invited your teacher to dinner with you at your house? Franklin smiled. This would be a wonderful surprise for his parents. I don't know. Stay tuned. Let's turn that page quick. At home, Franklin's mother looked at the berry pies cooling on the windowsill. She had an idea. She walked over to Bear's house and invited the whole family for Thanksgiving. "Mom's inviting people too. It will be a wonderful surprise for everyone," she explained. Oh, wow. This is getting very exciting. In the garden, Franklin's father waved to Mr. Mole. "Are you going to your sister's for Thanksgiving?" he asked. "Not this year," replied Mr. Mole. "With my broken ankle, I can't go far." Oh no, poor Mr. Mole. Franklin's father had an idea. I see where this is going, do you? He invited Mr. Mole for dinner. Yep, that's what I was thinking. "It will be a wonderful surprise for everyone," he explained. Wow, how big is their house? And how much food did they have? After school, Franklin went home with Moose. That's when he had another idea. Surprise! It was the Moose family's first Thanksgiving in Woodland. Franklin invited them for dinner. "It's all right with my parents," he explained. "They want company." "We'd be delighted," replied Mrs. Moose. Franklin smiled. His surprise was getting bigger and bigger. You're not kidding, Franklin, because it seems there's other surprises you don't even know about. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, I want to just say, I've never seen a moose in person, and I would love to see one. They're huge, but they're so cute and wonderful. But you don't touch them, and you don't run up to them and touch them. Just wanted to let you know. On Thanksgiving morning, Franklin got up early to help with dinner. He stirred soup and shucked corn. Then he set the table for 9. Franklin's father counted the place settings. He shook his head and reset the table for 5. Franklin's mother looked at the table. She was puzzled, but she added 3 more place settings, and everyone took turns peeking out the window, watching for the surprise guests. But nobody knew who anybody else invited. This is getting complicated. I don't even know if they actually have enough plates for everyone. They invited so many different people. Oh, here we go. Mr. Owl and his mother were the first to arrive. "Surprise!" Franklin shouted to his parents. "This is a surprise!" they exclaimed. Then Franklin saw the bear family and Mr. Mole. Now everyone was surprised. All the guests crowded inside, holding platters and bowls heaped high with food. So they all brought something to share. Whew. That's good too, because I don't know if the bear family had made enough without the Mr. Mole bringing something and Franklin's family. Oh, this is getting complicated. Franklin and his parents laughed and tried to explain what had happened. "Well, we sure have plenty to eat," declared Franklin's mother. "We just don't have plenty of room." Franklin knew they had a big problem. The moose family hadn't arrived yet, and they're big compared to a turtle. Franklin looked around. There wasn't one bit of room inside. But he had an idea. Look, is this an idea for you to get of what he might be thinking of? But outside, suddenly Franklin knew what to do. He was staying flexible. Moose and his family arrived as all the others came out of the door. Everyone carried food and dishes, tables and chairs. "What's going on?" asked Moose. "We're eating our Thanksgiving dinner in the field," answered Bear. "Just like the early settlers," said Franklin. I think he fixed the problem without getting angry, without getting mad, without running away and stamping his feet, or without running to his room and slamming the door because he was scared and didn't know how to fix the problem. He was being brave, and he came up with, I think, a good idea. Whew, good thing the weather was good. It was a wonderful afternoon. Everyone ate lots of good food, and everyone said how thankful they were for good friends and family. Franklin was thankful for 3 helpings of pumpkin fly pie. "I'm eating Grandma and Grandpa's share," he explained. Ah, silly guy. He might have missed them, but what happened? It was filled in with lots of friends and family to remind him of how thankful he can be. Soon the sun was setting, and it was time to go home. "This was a wonderful day," said Franklin's mother. Franklin agreed. "Let's do it again next year," he said. Everyone laughed and cheered. Ooh, I wonder if that made like a new tradition for them. Oh, but you know what? Let's go back to this picture. How beautiful. Look at that. They spent the whole day together, enjoying that time. And look at that beautiful sky around them and the beautiful trees. They had lots of room. And look at that. They weren't worried about where they were sitting, how they were sitting. They were just so thankful to be together and have food to share. Sometimes you just have to be really flexible and happy and thankful, and it changes your heart and it changes about everything about how you feel. Well, Grandma and Grandpa phoned later that night, and Franklin told them all about the new Thanksgiving tradition. Ah, good. They promised that next year they wouldn't miss it for anything. Franklin smiled. He might not get 3 helpings of pumpkin fly pie next year, but he knew he'd still be thankful. Oh, I love that. What a surprising story. Sometimes that can happen. You could be at home and you hear the doorbell ring or someone knock on the door and, well, surprise! And what are you going to do with that? Are you going to be brave and welcome people in? Franklin certainly was, and so were his parents. And I'm so glad that they did, because it turned out that they made that sad beginning turn around into something amazing and have fun and made a new tradition. And boy, I hope that you get to celebrate and enjoy your day just as much. And maybe you're going to make a new tradition. What's it going to be? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep coming back on these fun learning adventures. And let me know, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? What do you eat? What do you like? Maybe you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and that's okay. What do you like to do when you have a big celebration? Invite friends and family over? Oh, there's so much that we could talk about, and I'm so glad that we get together to do that. Don't forget to come back again. I can't wait to share another adventure with you. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.